So, Dr. Leung, what is the conceptual framework of your study?
Well, the conceptual framework is basically you're looking into what are the variables that might have contributed to the reduction of the depressive symptom. For example, the two variables that I mentioned earlier that might associate with depressive symptom, which is psychological counseling and acupressure, okay, that might have an impact on depressive symptom. But don't forget, those two variables may have contributed to the reduction, but not 100% of the reduction. Okay, what do you mean? Well, for example, those two variables may have contributed only 30% of the depressive symptom reduction. Where's the rest of the 70%? So in a conceptual framework, you have to identify the variables and the theories that may have contributed to the reduction. For example, what are the demographic variables they may have contributed? Are they age? Would older people have more depressive symptoms than younger people? So therefore, when you look into the intervention, you have to identify, well, does it also relate to the age? How about gender? And also their income, educational level. Why are those important? Well, income, in the literature, it suggests that the lower the income, the more stress you have. The more stress you have, the higher this depressive symptom. So therefore, there are a set of demographic variables that might also impact. So the treatment is a part of it, part of the bigger picture. Now, behind the treatment, then you have to go back to the theories of acupuncture that went back to 4,000 years ago. Okay, the Chinese created acupuncture technology. Okay, as a result, they practice and document the effectiveness of it, and therefore there are a lot of documentation that you can cite. So make your conceptual framework to suggest that why this will help the reduction. Okay. On the other hand, is that you might want to look into the Western medicine, why those medications will work. Okay. And then when you put those two variables together, and then you also collect the demographic, socio-demographic variables to find out what does the literature say about the relationship among the demographic, socio-economic variables, as well as the independent variable that you look at.
So, where do you find resources to do your literature review?
Well, it's very time-consuming. The resources I need to hire a research assistant. They can help me to do literature review. So the resources could be from the library. Right now, internet is widely accessible. Okay. However, it's still a lot of work. For example, you look at the journals. Okay. But when you look at a journal, you look at them systematically, and to find out in a time period what are the studies that are related to this area. So you need to have a research assistant to help you to do the literature review. On the other hand, I also have resources in terms of going to conferences and then to talk to people who are in this area, who also give presentation about this research in terms of the reduction of the depressive symptoms. So in this case, I need to fly there. Okay, so you need resources to support you to go to the conference. A conference is not cheap; it's very expensive. It may cost you about a couple of $1,000s sometimes to attend a conference. The registration fee, for example, is almost over $400. Last year, when we went to a conference in Sweden, the registration fee was $700. That's very expensive. Plus hotel, plus meal, plus the airfare, those kind of things. So that could add up.
I see. At what stage did you start planning on the actual procedures to conduct the study?
Well, when way before I submit any grant proposal, okay, that I will start. How do I find out this will work or not? So, right at the beginning, even I put my hand on any documentation to write about a proposal on studying this topic, I actually talk to people. Okay. After talking to people, for example, I went to the College of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine and talked to the practitioner. Have you done any work in this area to use acupressure and acupuncture for those clients who are facing depressive symptoms? So in an early stage, you talk to them, they said, it worked, okay? But I asked them, do you have any documentation, it worked or not? They said, no. No. Why? They don't have time. So as a researcher, you go there to make observation to see whether it works or not. And you also observe under what conditions it will work or it will not work. Because this will be a very gray area that need more research to prepare. Now once you have done this, is that you need to conduct some pilot study. Pilot study means that you want to see maybe a few subjects and then do some interview with them and to find out is it working or not. Sometimes the acupuncturists tell you that it's working, but how about from the current perspective? So the pilot study will help you to address this issue. So when you collect all this data, then you write up a report to document that what the outcome from the pilot study. Then you can use this for a full proposal that you're going to submit to the federal, like NIH, NIMH.
I see. Thank you.